Yo.
Hello, hello.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome.
Looks like we got a building chat room over here. Everybody's going nuts in here.
Turn up.
Barney, we did it.
Successfully.
See, this is what I wanted. I wanted James the Robot sitting next to me. Like here, not like remotely from his other location that is undisclosed.
Yeah.
Well, I couldn't make it here quite on time, so we had to telecommute there, do the work from home.
Yeah. So, yeah. We got it going here. Appreciate everybody being here tonight. And we are here for another episode of Mystery Game Livestream. Logan, what episode number is this?
This is a big one, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. Right?
It is a big one.
Is this 30?
Is it 30?
This is 30. I'm pretty sure.
Way.
This is the big 3-0?
That's
this is the
insane.
Big 3-0.
30 episodes? Like, seriously, that's insane.
I feel like we should get a cake or something.
We're about to surpass the amount of episodes and years Mario's been around.
Yeah.
Because he's having, 35th anniversary is happening this year?
I mean, does anybody have any candles we can blow out here?
Barney has some in the wind.
Yeah.
Guys,
a candle in the wind.
Guys, we are here
British
with Logan tonight.
Let's go.
In the gamer position.
Always.
And we are here with James the Robot, who is co-hosting with me tonight, because Barney, who's in the chat, is actually overseas right now in the UK.
Insert British music.
So, Barney, did you have enough coffee?
Tea. He's drinking tea.
He's
drinking tea.
Is it tea time, Barney?
Tea with cream, right?
Yeah, and scones.
With milk.
And scones. And little finger sandwiches.
Sconces.
And your BBC.
Yeah. Yucky. NBC for life.
I feel like we need to be playing the Benny Hill theme.
Watching The Office, but not the good one.
Ooh. Ricky Gervais would have your hide.
He can say mean things, but he'll never get to me.
Yeah. All right, so we are here for a Mystery Game Livestream, which, if some of you are viewing this for the first time, what is this? What is Mystery Game Livestream? And I think maybe Logan can take it away, maybe explain a little bit about what this is.
Yeah, I hate it when you put me on the spot. This is completely undecided, by the way.
This is the spot, you're on it.
Yeah, I'm on the spot.
It's your turn anyway.
It is my turn.
Step up, Logan.
Mystery Game Live Stream is where we take video games that didn't necessarily get their light or their moment when they came out, or they did when they came out and they just didn't really make a historical significance. And we're giving them a chance to show them off. We rate them at the end, give them a rating 1 through 10, and we kind of just, we play these games that have kind of fallen through the cracks of, what's considered a good, I'm doing air quotes, good game. We give everything a chance.
And we do it like with a seasonal theme. So now, last season was platformer season. We only did platformers. Prior to that, we did movie tie-in games. That was a challenge, finding the right movies with the right games.
Shmups #1.
We had a shoot 'em up season.
So good.
We had a Genesis season, only Genesis games. James, what season are we in now?
I believe we are on this season where it's the game from a very popular franchise that almost but didn't quite become real popular within that franchise. We're on the lesser known games of said games as franchise.
So lesser known games within large, well-known franchises.
That's right.
So, this was also a challenge to kind of pick games that are lesser known within these franchises because there are not many.
There really aren't. You get some of these large franchises that they become epically popular. Now, I don't want to go naming franchises because I'm still waiting for people in our chat room to make some guesses on what it is we're playing.
It's a great point you make there.
So
Barney, shut your mouth, by the way.
well,
Don't say anything, please.
Well, Barney has already guessed Ninja Golf, and I've told him no.
As much as you want to see it, Barney,
it's just not.
It's
I'm
not.
sorry. So
It's a good game, though. Definitely check out Ninja Golf.
So,
on the
but
Atari.
we did a lot of searching for other epically large franchises to try to bring those out and to find just non-popular games within those franchises. And it's hard to believe, I know, but there is that occasional one that just doesn't quite hit it. You know?
Yeah. Oh, there he is. I just texted you, Bruce, and I'm glad that you're in the house with us
Bruce.
here on chat because you wanna see tonight's game for several reasons that you'll soon find out why.
Can I drop a hint? Am I allowed?
Well, before you drop that hint, one other thing that I should mention about the mystery game, this talk show that we do, is that we try to play these games on original hardware whenever possible. Not that there's anything against emulation. Emulation is a great thing for many reasons, but we don't. We're kind of more purist. We have a more purist approach about this show and how we want to present things. Being that we are actually, drawing from original games, the theory of the original games being that they were only available in physical media back in the day. We want to recreate that experience for our viewers and also for ourselves, because a lot of times these are games that none of us have played really, or maybe just a sample of it. So we try to play it on original hardware. And with that, another thought process of this is that we want to play on different platforms, different consoles, just to mix it up a little bit, just to have a nice eclectic mix and of different consoles that it makes it a little bit more unpredictable.
You're about to say my hint.
Okay, so with that, Logan has a hint about the console we're going to be using tonight.
Yeah,
Hint
it's not
number one.
Which is the first time we're using this console. By
That
the way.
was my hint, dude. I was gonna say I wasn't gonna do
okay.
the hint yet.
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say it's a console that we have not played yet. It
Yeah.
is brand new. Anybody, even some console guesses? You guys got, because this is a pretty popular one that not a lot of people would necessarily think of immediately.
By the way,
it had
Adam
a
is in the
very-
house. How you doing, Adam? Good to see you. And Spicy Collector, you've been here for a minute. I didn't get a chance to say hi. Thank you for coming in. Okay, and Tater Tot's in the house.
It's a good guess. PS1. I guess we haven't done the PS1, have we?
No, not quite yet. And no,
in
it's
pole
not
position.
N64 either. I'm sorry to say, Bruce.
It's a great guess.
That's
for
another
sure.
one that we absolutely need to do, which is it's in the docket
coming.
down the road.
It's
yeah,
coming.
We'll
But we've done
surprise
some
you.
more obscure ones like PC Engine. We've done that. We've done Neo Geo, MVS.
A lot of Neo Geo too.
I will say that the console that we're playing on tonight had a very innovative advertising campaign.
Oh, it like shattered the mold.
For those of you coming in and wondering who the heck is sitting next to me, it's actually James the Robot. He's our resident researcher and does a lot of the kind of back-end programming for this segment. And
He's our guy in the chair.
appreciate all what you do, James, even though you're out of control with that joystick.
He's grinding, man. You gotta win.
This is just my typical gaming exercises. I have to remain in peak shape for
Always.
just those
All right.
all-night gaming marathons.
That joystick must be really loose.
It's actually like insanely well conditioned because he takes good care of it.
It is.
Here's
Just
one
a little
hint.
oil.
This might give it away.
Okay, so GameCube controller. Interesting.
Well,
But we
Tater
just-
Tot
we just
did guess
played.
GameCube.
We just played on a GameCube the last game we did was our first GameCube game. What game was that? Rogue Leader.
Yeah,
It was.
we just did GameCube.
We did a GameCube.
So what have we not done yet? You want to unveil what we're doing today?
all right.
Gotta bump the music down a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit loud.
It was getting kind of climactic there.
I would have got it, but my arm is a little short.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Here's the game we're playing tonight.
Boom.
Da-da-da.
The Wii. If anybody knows anything about me, that's my favorite console. Don't at me. It's amazing. I love the Wii so much.
And
So-
we love you.
Thank you. I feel loved.
Yeah. So this is not, we got to go back to this whole concept of
All the way
lesser known games within large, well-known franchises. So Castlevania is so well known, yet you look at this game and you're like, I'm not sure I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's a niche one.
Or, wait a minute, on the Wii? Like, what?
Yeah.
But
Behold.
is Castlevania a popular franchise?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Are we sure about that?
Oh, dude, they have like 3 characters in Smash Bros. I think that determines a popular
Yeah.
character.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of this Castlevania thing.
By the way, behind
might be
James, you
thinking
can't
of
really see
Metroidvania.
it. There's a Castlevania 1, the NES game, and then behind me is Bloodlines on the Genesis. But just for inspiration. And we had it on the whole time. You could have looked at what they were playing in the back. We tend to do that on these streams.
We do.
But Castlevania Judgment on the Wii, so it's not only a lesser-known game in a well-known franchise, it's also a lesser-known game on a well-known platform. And we had commercials going on here.
Just cut the music for now.
So so a lesser-known game on a well-known franchise, a well-known platform, so which is the Wii. So, and also not a typical Wii game by any stretch, because what we have here is a console that like is very centered around movement centric. You know, obviously everyone knows what the Wii is. We don't have to get into that, but what I also like is because this is a less conventional game on the Wii. One of the less conventional features that it offers is that you can play with a GameCube controller, because the Wii actually has a GameCube built into it, and with 4 GameCube ports, that's the first rendition of the Wii.
Was it the first like truly backwards compatible console?
I don't know.
I believe so. Bruce,
You may have stumped me
would
on that.
probably know best, but
Wait,
I'm
are you-
almost certain that it's up there.
Are you saying the first truly backwards compatible
Like
console?
100% backwards compatible with the
no.
prior gen.
No, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that completely.
What was the first?
Well, I do know that one of the first truly backward compatible consoles was the Atari 7800.
True.
So there we go. We've debunked your
True.
theory, Logan. And,
It's okay. That's why it's a theory.
If I had
It's
enough
just a
coffee
theory.
today, I probably would have gotten that answer. Thank you, James, for that.
Yep,
Thank
me
you
and
for
my
having enough
Atari
coffee.
controller. Coffee.
Enough caffeine. So that's the other thing, though, that this is not only a lesser known game on a well known platform, it's also a lesser known style of game. So, and also lesser known style of game for Castlevania. This is actually a fighting game, believe it or not, on the Wii, no less. So there is nothing but odd obscurity around this game choice. Would you agree with that?
I would agree. And given that
Same.
the Wii is not exactly a console known for its fighting style games.
No,
Exactly.
definitely not. Besides Smash Bros. But
Exactly.
that's also not a
No.
Yeah.
true fighter
Yeah.
or
So
a platformer.
I did play a little bit of this just to kind of test the system earlier before the stream. I've never played it before that. Logan, have you played any of this?
No, not one bit. I've never booted it up. Like, this is the first time I'll ever be booting it up.
James the Robot, as hard as it is to play with an Atari joystick, have you ever played this game?
I can play anything with an Atari joystick.
This is true. It's
I was-
GameCube compatible.
Seriously, though, have you played this?
I have not, though.
Okay.
No, I just do not have access.
Were you
to
aware of this game before we selected it for this?
this. I was not.
Me
was
neither.
not.
And I am a Castlevania
So
fan.
this is like, if we were to rate we're going to do a rating of the game later, the gameplay and all that, of the game experience. But I think if we were to rate just like the choice for this segment, I think we hit this like out of the park. Would you agree with that, Logan?
100,000%.
Okay.
This is like one of the best like sleepers I think we've found yet.
Yeah.
I mean, just
totally.
the fact that you picked a Castlevania game out of I know I was sarcastic about it earlier, but Castlevania is absolutely one of my all-time favorite franchises.
Period.
For sure.
So I'm going to have to give it like 1,000 out of 10.
And the fact that
So
It's not only that, but it's a Castlevania title, but it's also on the Wii, which is like one of the most successful consoles of all time. Is like it's like the perfect it's the perfect storm for like this season. Like this is why we picked this.
Now I discovered another amazing factoid about this game as I was preparing for this stream tonight. I created the ad for that we ran on the different networks, and what I actually used for the ad was actually a snippet of the soundtrack from this game. And as I was going through all of the soundtrack possibilities, I was listening to the tracks, and I'm like, this is so familiar to me. I know this style, this music. Where do I know this from? And I thought to myself, could it possibly be that one of my favorite music game composers made the music for this game?
Nope. No, I'm kidding.
is it possible?
Is it possible? And
did this person write other music?
I found out that
crazy.
None other than Michiru Yamane, who is the main composer for
what's that name again?
Michiru Yamane.
One more time.
Dude's gonna have a stroke if he says it one more time.
Oh, God.
Now 3 times fast.
So Michiru Yamane is the composer for Castlevania Symphony of the Night, no less.
One of the best in the franchise.
Not only one of the best games ever made, one of the best music soundtracks ever made, and the music is intrinsically tied into the gameplay and everything else. Bruce is in the house on chat and can attest to this. What blew my mind is that she made the music for this game as well, and that's why it was so familiar to me. I'm like, wow, I know this somewhere. I know this style. It's just beautiful.
It's iconic.
It's amazing. And so that just like elevated like this game to a much higher level for me, even without having played it yet. I do want to show something that I have here, just since we talked about it, and we talking about Michiru Yamane and her compositions, and she's done a lot of Konami games actually. But also, I just want to show something here, which I have in house, and it's actually Castlevania of the Night, the original Castlevania of the Night. But if you notice above
Symphony of the Night.
I'm sorry. What did I say? Castlevania of the Night?
Yeah. I wasn't going to say anything.
I'm so giddy right now that I'm just like saying things backwards.
Well, to be fair, most Castlevanias are of the night.
They are of the night.
True.
It's some kind of Dracula thing. I don't know.
I never saw it.
This copy of Symphony of the Night is actually hand signed by Michiru Yamane, hand autographed, and so this is actually the crown jewel of my collection. This is it right here. And I mean, where are you gonna find this? I don't even know if this is another one out there.
I'm sure there is, but
I'm not sure because this is actually, because you have to have this game, which is also not exactly a cheap game to just procure. So you have to have the original one, and it's actually signed on the paper. But no less, okay. It's just I wanted to mention this because Michiru is going to be reach full stardom tonight when we stream our game.
Well, I'm glad that we're going to be able to give. What's that name again? All right. Well, I'm glad we're going to be able to give her.
Why don't you say the name? Why don't you say it?
Mitsubishi.
Okay.
Yeah, Hiroshima, something like that.
Michigo.
Yeah, Michigan.
So just amazing. So anyway, about the game though, there's the story. The game has a story as well, and it also has a story mode where you can actually. And I want us to start playing in story mode, Logan, tonight.
Okay.
So we'll watch the intro and then play in story mode just to see what that's all about. And I understand that you can actually there's a story mode for each one of the characters,
and there's 14 of them. So
no way,
dude. This game can get pretty deep, which is remarkable. It's not just like a fighting game. You turn it on, and you start fighting.
It's like the newer Mortal Kombats that have an incredible campaign.
Yeah. Well, this game also has some additional features that I thought were very interesting.
Are you going to get into the mini games? Is that what you're talking about?
I know what you're talking about, James. Let's just get to that real quick. I just want to briefly just give you an overview of the backstory. So, Judgment is a fighting game that was released for the Wii in 2008 and developed by Aiding like the number 8 ing. That's a very strange name.
It is a little bit.
And so the title was based on the Castlevania video series published by Konami, and the plot of the game involves a plan hatched by Galamuth to send his servant, the Time Reaper, from 10 millennia in the future into the past to destroy his rival Count Dracula and change history. A man named Aeon discovers his plot and gathers champions from different eras of history into a time rift in order to find a chosen one capable of destroying the Time Reaper. Each character has their own unique storyline.
So it's kind of like a mixture of Terminator meets Bill and Ted.
That's a mashup I never thought I could ever imagine.
Yeah.
So
Thank you for that.
Are these characters that he pulls into the game from different characters from other Castlevanias?
Yes, they are.
Okay,
They are.
that's what I thought.
I think I included that in there, right next to the name on the character sheet. Because I can't remember them all off the top of my head.
I was getting to it.
Yeah.
So this is a 3D style fighting game. 14 playable characters. 13 of the characters are made up of characters and bosses from the Castlevania series. So there we go. We got an answer to that. While the 14 number is a new character named Aeon. So that's the one they introduced in this game.
That's right. Aeon is an original character just for this game.
Okay.
So I would like to think that the main boss enemy type, well, I guess the main boss is really Galamuth that we never see, but he sends his minion, the Time Reaper, back in time. So we don't even get to fight the big bad guy. We get to fight the bad guy's lieutenant.
Gotcha. Well, there was, from my understanding, though, there is a mode of play in this game where it's called Castle mode.
Yes.
Where you go in and you can actually...
It becomes more of a Metroidvania type.
You can find Dracula, though.
Or a Castlevania type.
If you get far enough.
Well, you can find Dracula, but you have to meet certain conditions within each level.
Okay. But it's in that mode where you can find Dracula.
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, another mode that I found very interesting is that this game also works in combination with the DS.
Right, it does. There's another mode that does that. We actually haven't gotten to those modes yet. Let's just give me a second. We'll figure this part out real quick. Because Logan needs to know some of the gameplay here.
I'm a big DS guy.
So obviously we've established you can play with a GameCube controller, which that right there is a big sell for me. Because if I don't have to use a Wiimote, I'm happy. Like, just give me play, a GameCube controller. Heck yeah.
Say less.
Yeah, for sure. So each character utilizes different weapons and sub-weapons that are available depending on the stage and interactive environment of the stage. They can also set traps or use monsters in the stage to attack one another. Summons are available in combat, some of which can be caused by items. Players are able to use the Nintendo Wi-Fi connection to play against each other and can connect with the Nintendo DS game, which is a Castlevania Order of Ecclesia.
Yes. Yes, and that you're able to connect to that game within this game, because there is a game mode where you're able to view all the items and relics that you collect during your gameplay. It's sort of like a trophy room. And should you connect it to your DS for the Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, it gives you sort of an expansion pack to gather more items or trophies.
Huh.
So we could actually selected Castlevania Order of Ecclesia as one of the games for this season.
We could have.
Had I known about it. I've never heard of that game.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it?
I have. It is... I believe it's in some of the Game Boy and DS bundle packs for Castlevania.
Logan, have you heard of this game?
I haven't. This is the first time I've ever heard of this.
And you come from that world of DS.
I do.
So that's really interesting.
And this genre of game. So that I'm going to be downloading something legally when I get home.
That's
Yes, you absolutely have to do it legally.
and the
100%.
and the mere
I'm
fact
gonna go
that
find a cartridge and get this game.
So is Order of Ecclesia also a fighting game?
No, I believe it's more along the style of Symphony of the Night, which
Which is sick.
where most of the handheld Castlevanias have gone.
Bruce, were you aware of this DS game? I'm curious. I've never heard of it, so that's remarkable. That the research that was done here, I've learned about a new game within here, which is pretty cool.
Well, Bruce says yep.
So how's the game? How would you have you played it? The Order of Ecclesia?
And yep is not a valid answer. We need something more to go with here, Bruce. I mean,
You can't force words into the man's mouth.
I'm trying to force words out of his mouth. More than just yep.
Oh man.
I'm sure Tater Tot knows what I'm talking about.
Okay, so Aeon's the new character, and then interestingly, so Alucard is from Dracula's Curse, Carmilla is from Simon's Quest, Cornell is from Legacy of Darkness. By the way, I think I tested this game. I played as Carmilla, Logan, and she's a badass.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm
just so you
excited
know.
about that.
Just so you know.
I did a little bit of research on the side just because we were having this conversation earlier. There's about 100 games
That's
on
my
the Wii.
job.
There's about 100 games on the Wii that work with a GameCube controller. I just looked it up. Wikipedia says so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So anybody out there that's been playing their Wii lately and wants to use a GameCube controller, do it.
If we
It's
can
the
find
best.
a list of those games, that would be wonderful.
I have it
And-
pulled up. It's a
yeah.
lot. There's
Well, I
a
mean,
lot of games.
in the grand scheme, though, when you look at the entire library, the entire catalog,
Oh, I mean, there's what?
100 games
There's
is
hundreds.
minuscule.
It's smaller,
It's a
but,
very, very tiny choice.
but
of
that's still a
games.
ton of games.
I
It's a
wouldn't
lot
say
of games.
ton. You're not
It's-
using the right word, my friend.
It's a lot of games.
That's not the right
How
word.
long would it
depends
take
on
you to
how
play
much
all
each
100 of those
individual
games?
game weighs. I mean, if you add them all up, maybe they're a ton.
It's an empirical shit. I'm sorry.
So, okay. Simon Belmont, by the way, is in this.
Yeah,
and,
shout out
and
to
Trevor
homie.
as well.
Is Richter in it?
Golem is in here. I fought Golem before in my test. He's pretty easy to beat.
Richter's my guy.
He just looks intimidating.
Alucard's just, he's awesome.
So getting into the game features, we have story mode, which is one player only, and then you could play through each character's story, which is cool.
Nice.
So we're going to try that a little bit. We're not going to get too much into that because we want to play into arcade mode as well, which is basically one player, you play against a CPU in a series of battles. That's probably the way I'd play this game the most.
Yeah, casually.
And then Castle, which I mentioned earlier, the Castle mode is one player, and then you clear certain conditions to defeat Dracula.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
Classic.
We might even just try that mode just to see what that
just
looks
for
like.
fun, yeah, just to see what it looks
Yeah,
like.
we
yeah.
might just have to castle.
All right, you guys ready?
Well, one more. Hold on. There's two more.
just-
There's two more here, Logan, too. We got to mention this because we
Okay.
don't have a chance later.
Getting a little
So-
excited over there.
I am.
There's versus mode, which is what we actually thought about. Like, can we play two-player? And that is a two-player mode if you want to do that,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, versus mode is pretty self-explanatory for anybody
Yeah.
used to fighting games.
Yeah.
I wonder what it means.
And then there's survival mode, which is one player, and then see how many CPU opponents you can beat in a row.
That sounds like, yeah, that's like a Mortal Kombat Towers.
Yes.
Oh, you definitely got to do that mode tonight, Logan.
What,
And
the
Survival.
CPU survival?
Yeah.
Now there is a training mode where you can practice, and then there's tutorial mode where you can actually learn gameplay mechanics. Then there's also accessories where you can accessorize your character, which is a little RPG-esque feature there. And then gallery, which you can actually kind of view items you've collected, and or listen to music, which is pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
So that would be cool, just hearing the soundtracks choices there. Then there's a connected DS, which is amazing. It can do that. All right. So, do you want to learn about the stages now, Logan?
Sure.
So the first stage is called Dimensional Rift. It's basically a simple rectangular stage with no obstacles. Then there's a throne room stage, which is an extravagantly decorated throne room which contains no obstacles, but this stage is a great size to allow you to fight as you wish. Then there's a torture chamber, which is in this room. It has walls hung with gruesome instruments of torture. You look out for giant racks and spikes and poison pools that will assault the player. And then this stage's special features, its numerous obstacles and a great deal of amounts of damage. Then we have Castle Gates Waterway, which is a water stage. It's pretty cool. And then there's a clock tower.
And it's not a Castlevania game without the clock tower.
Which is you're fighting atop gears, the gears of within a giant clock tower.
That sounds very Castlevania.
Then there's a crystal cavern. And then there is a ghost ship.
Ooh, that sounds like fun.
Then
I kind of want to see how the ghost ship looks.
There's a lot of stages. There's a cathedral after that. Then there's an alchemy laboratory, and then there's an abbey ruins, which is a ruined monastery, which is pretty cool. And then zombies will rise from the dead even after you defeat them. So that's zombie apocalypse at the end.
That's
Yeah, but they're Castlevania zombies. They like burst into flames after one hit with a whip.
yeah.
A little bit
so
about
real.
the developer, since this is the last part we need to get into here, and that is aiding. We mentioned it's kind of like stylized as the number 8 and ing. So they're a Japanese video game developer, formerly known as Raising, and it's known for shoot 'em ups and licensed fighting games. So Raising and aiding were formed as former staff of Compile, which created arcade games. And the development was done by Raising, while sales and distribution were done by aiding, if that makes any sense. And their first game was released in 1993. Sorcerer Striker? Not sure.
No clue what that is.
I don't know. I don't know if that is either. And then after the arcade developer Toplan closed their doors, some of the staff went to Raising, and then that became to even be a better developer.
And for those of you not familiar with Toplan really is known for their shmups.
Yeah. So
Shmups.
that's pretty cool. And let's see what else here. They did Goglo 13. They did Bleach, Heat the Soul. They did Bloody Roar 2. They did Zoids, Full Metal Crash, and Naruto, Clash of the Ninja. So, yeah. Konami registered the game Castlevania Judgment with the United States Patent and Trademark Office in April of 2008. And the game's lead designer, Koji Igarashi, began planning to bring a Castlevania game to the Wii. Wanted to utilize the motion sensing controls. Thank goodness we didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah, can you imagine playing a platformer with motion sensing control?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we discovered that it didn't work back in the days of the Power Glove, so I'm glad they didn't go with it.
So, yeah, the game is focused on recreating Gothic feel of the franchise, so it's true to that legacy. And then Igarashi described the process of developing multiplayer combat as a somewhat challenging task. The design team worked on the game's graphics, especially in the game textures, with some of the designers of Elbit's and Dewey's Adventure, and who joined Igarashi's team. And then the characters were also given new redesigns for the game by manga artist Takeshi Obata. So this is very manga-esque animation in this.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, like it looks like the cover, like literally the cover art is going to look like that in the game, and nicer even. So, all right, without further ado, what do you say?
Let's jump
Logan.
in. Please, let's jump in.
Okay, just...
I mean, we might as well. We're already here.
Right.
all right, are you ready to go there?
Yeah, switch it up. Let's go. Classic.
Now,
Comment in chat if you've
It
ever
wouldn't be a
gotten
Wii
to
game without this
Yeah, I
game.
was going to say, if you've gotten to the screen where it burns your eyelids at 2 a.m., you're booting it up, trying to keep it on the down low.
now, is your controller securely attached to your wrist over there, Logan?
It sure is. I
Okay.
don't know if I can show it. Yeah, see?
Yeah, we need to make sure that we don't end up with any damaged TVs over here.
Yeah. Well, this game better not be hard. We have fun here.
Hey, it's Hedwig.
Right, that's what I thought.
So I believe the one character with the sword there, I'm guessing he's Alucard.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, Hedwig's off to deliver some mail.
Off to Hogwarts.
Yep. Oh, it's Hogwarts. There's the astronomy tower. And I can see Dumbledore falling.
Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Notice the guitar track
I know.
in the background. Oh my god.
Very kind of metal, proggy-esque. I like it. Fits. I just like the harpsichord.
Harpsichord is a very underrated.
I 100% agree.
Her music is just to die for. Just amazing. Fantastic intro.
Castlevania Judgment.
Maybe a little more subtle.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you bump down that volume just a little bit?
Working on it.
Thank you. Proof that we've never played this. I think. I got an idea. Just a game.
Just a game.
So we're doing story?
Yep, we're going story first.
All right.
Now let's see what character we should pick. What are you feeling over there, Logan?
I've got options.
Yep.
Dude.
You can take old Simon.
2 arms.
Yes, you have 2 arms, Simon.
2 arms.
2 arms. You know, there's some people out there that might be jealous of you. Keep doing that.
Yeah, that's very ableist.
Yeah. Let's stop rubbing that in.
What, you're not reading?
I'm not reading out loud.
Why not?
Why would I?
James,
I'm letting the chat
where
read.
are you when we need you to read and narrate?
What are you talking about?
with that radio voice of yours. I was talking to James.
Chat can read.
Well, I gotta say, it's a little small print for me right now.
It's so free.
Right on time. Welcome to the Time
Well, we're right
Rift.
on time, so.
Welcome to the Time Rift.
Time Rift. Speak sense, man.
Sense Man. That's the new Mega Man character. Sense Man.
This is where you'll find what you desire. But first, there are many trials.
I didn't mean to click it. I'm sorry. Oh, it's a 360. Oh gosh.
All right, fight.
It's a 3D fighter. I don't know what my moves are. Okay, I figured out how to attack.
Okay, that button apparently uses the whip.
Pardon?
There you go. 2-hit combo.
You're mine.
Now remember, there are items that can be found on each level.
Now die.
Including
Know the
sub-weapons.
might of legend.
I don't know how I activated that, but I did. Yeah, mess him up.
Wow.
That is broken. That was absolutely busted.
That
That
was...
is the power of a Belmont. The
Yes, sir.
killer will cleave your
Simon.
soul.
Well, nobody messes with them Belmonts.
The road is now open. Search for that which you long for.
I don't like how edgy Simon is in this game. He's a little too edgy. I think he needs to be a little bit more serious and more grizzled.
I will show you the might of House Belmont.
Yeah.
Witness the might of the Alucard spear.
The Alucard spear.
Ready? Fight!
Wow, that's a pretty mighty spear.
Take this!
Yeah. So it looks like you get the cross there.
What are you thinking?
Oh gosh.
Ah, so it's one of those fighting games that talks trash to you at the same time. I gotcha.
You're mine!
What the heck?
Now die! Know the might of legend.
Control the Belmont power once again.
Yeah, this is becoming very straightforward, I think.
KO!
Yeah. Well, hey,
I
you
feel
won.
like I'm watching an anime. It's
That's
unbelievable.
what it feels like.
Hard to
Is the
believe that
power of
this
a
is.
bell.
Speaking of which, Castlevania has an anime. Really good.
Yeah, on Netflix.
Oh, I know. I've watched some of it. It's incredible.
It's awesome.
It's
Hard
great.
to believe this is a Wii game. It's just
I know.
my mind is blown.
And honestly, the controls on GameCube are really tight.
I will
don't
show
like
you
that
the
jump
might
is a
of
trigger
House
button,
Belmont.
but you know, you can't win them all, I guess.
I wonder how your blood will taste.
I wouldn't ask.
Wow.
Very inappropriate question.
Really? They're offering a good taste. Right?
Not bad.
Are there like actual combos?
Not that I saw. In my
Probably why
research,
this
I
game
found
didn't do too well.
yeah, that every character really has that one special finishing type thing that you've already found twice. That old 97, 99 hit combo.
Not bad.
Oh, you suck. Actually, I suck, I guess.
Well, I think she's just distracting you. That's what it is.
Take this now!
These guitar solos in the background.
I know, it's shredding. Oh, jeez, oh, jeez. Come on, come on.
Know the might of legend.
Here we go.
Saved by the bell. Is that not gonna kill? Oh, thank gosh.
It is. She was pretty low in health.
Yeah, I was pretty low on health.
That is the power of a
bit.
Belmont.
I was like a sneeze away from
Is not
death.
easily defeated.
Logan, what were you saying about the controls?
Jump is a trigger, and I don't like that.
The Belmont Whip?
I'm not crazy
I
about
ask
it.
you, show me the power of a true vampire hunter.
Why are we fighting each other?
But
Why
I will
don't we
not
just go
fight
kill
a woman.
vampires?
That
Do
is a
not
good
underestimate
point. We're
me.
gonna summon all
I am
the
Cypher
heroes
Belnati.
together and just have
Just
them
to
fight
murder each other?
I mean, if they were
Cypher?
just like the team
One
up
of
and
the
they go
legendary
after
three
the one
warriors?
guy,
Yeah, you'd
Come.
think they'd go after the guys
Face
they
me.
agreed to
Yeah.
kill. They have it's Hunter in their name.
it's one player mode. I guess only one can go at a time.
Yeah, for posterity reasons.
Yeah.
Know the might of
I
legend.
used that way too early. I might be screwed. Dang, that does like
That is the
75%
power of
health.
a Belmont.
You did an awful lot of damage there.
Yeah,
Plus,
it
again, an
was-
awful lot of life left.
How careless.
It's also double jump if you didn't notice.
Scythia?
Yes.
What game is she from there, Ball? What does it say?
What'd you say,
Maybe
Cynthia?
Symphony?
Sifia. S-Y.
That was a fun ending.
see.
Where I jumped
So
and got
this
her in the
road
air.
may lead me to the challenge I seek after all.
She's from Dracula's Curse.
Ah, okay.
I might as well keep this open
Yeah.
so we can look at that.
We can reference each character.
Witness
Oh,
the
we're on to
power of the
Ghost Ship.
Belmont
Let's see how
clan.
the Ghost Ship looks.
Yeah, what do you guys think so far?
I'm hoping the Ghost Ship looks cool. Because I remember a movie called Ghost Ship that I liked a lot.
So after this set, let's try the second mode.
Did you notice earlier that you kind of like smacked pumpkins out of her?
You're mine!
You did it.
What do you have in those chests?
Good.
Those are each of the items. I believe they get
Know
parts,
the might of
sub-weapons,
legend.
additional health.
That might kill.
You got her?
No,
That way you're pretty close.
That is the power of a
And
Belmont.
that's Maria.
So what are you saying, James? What's in the chests?
You get hearts, sub-weapons, additional health.
Okay.
Not enough!
Because I think that the opponent collected that.
You're mine!
The opponents can also use
Okay.
hearts, sub-weapons, and
Okay, so
additional
that's
health.
what I found interesting.
Vampire killer will cleave you.
I don't think I've seen that before. Logan,
Yes.
do you want to try arcade mode? Want to fight in arcade mode?
Yes.
I
how do
will
I,
show
how do
you
I-
the